Why those entrepreneurs who are physically fitter perform better in their business? Let me ask you something. Just close your eyes and think of the most successful entrepreneur you personally know. Now think about how they live. Are they out of shape, exhausted, running on caffeine or and stress, or they actually take care of themselves? I bet you that is the second one. And here's the thing that it's not a coincidence. People think that they have the genetics or they are exceptional, but it's not true. There is a real connection between how you take care of your body and how you perform in your business. And today I want to break it down and tell you that exactly why. A quick intro if you're new here and you don't know me, I'm Sapi. I coach high achiever people who are building something serious to stay in shape while they are building their business or they have built it already. Let's get started. One thing I keep seeing over and over again, the people who get their business together almost always see their business moves faster too. It's not random. Let me explain why. The first thing that changes when you get in shape or you're in a way that you're getting in shape is your energy. And I know that sounds so obvious, everyone knows that, but I want you to think about this. What it actually costs you if you run just on low energy every single day. You wake up tired, you sit on your desk tired, you get on your calls and emails and clients and team meetings tired. And when you're tired, everything suffers. Your thinking get slower, your patience goes thinner, your quality of the decisions goes down, and you cannot be creative. And the fact is that you start playing small, not because you lack ambition or willpower in your business, but because you just don't have the fuel for the hard stuff. Business is hard actually. Now flip that. When you're training consistently, even just like 3 or 4 times a week, you don't need to train every day. Your body becomes genuinely better at producing the energy. Your sleep improves, your baseline throughout the day is just higher. And the key thing is here, it's not about the gym. It's about 8 hours after the gym. Meetings, calls, creative work, hard decisions, and they all go through the best way when you have better energy. That's where you actually feel the difference. I've actually had clients tell me that after 5 or even 6 weeks of consistent training, they're getting more done by noon than they used to get done all the day. That's not motivation. That's just your body working for you instead of to you. And now I want you to stay with me because here is where it really gets interesting. Fitness doesn't just improve how you feel, it actually builds a skill that directly determines your success in your business. And that skill is discipline. I always talk about discipline, but I want to be really clear about something that most of people have the wrong mindset about discipline. Discipline is not just something inborn personally that you say that I have it or I don't. It's actually a skill. It's a skill. And you build it through practice. And why do I always emphasize that you need to go to the gym? Because the gym is one of those places to practice it. Because the gym is a place where remove all external accountabilities. It's only about you and yourself. Nobody's making you to go there. Nobody's watching you. Nobody's like granting you. It is entirely on you to show up and do the work when you don't feel you like it, or even when you don't feel it, when you're tired, when you're busy, when every excuse is just right there waiting for you. And every single time you show up anyway, you strengthen that muscle. I mean the discipline muscle. And here is where the transformation happens. The version of you that trains when you really don't want to or you really don't like to, that's the same version of you that makes the difficult call you've been avoiding, and that does the boring, unsexy work that actually moves the needle. That stays consistent with your content, your outreach, your follow-ups, even when it feels like nothing is working. And this is the interesting fact about discipline. Discipline built in the gym follows you everywhere. Every time I see a client of mine is start training consistent, I see their executions in their business improve too, because they've proven something to themselves, something to their brain that they can do hard things. And that proof, that's what builds the last thing I want to talk about. Confidence. but not the kind of confidence that people usually mean. I'm not talking about like feeling pumped up or looking better in front of the mirror, although that doesn't hurt also and they are important. I'm actually talking about a very specific kind of confidence. The kind that comes from keeping the promises you make to yourself. Every time you say, I'm going to train 3 times this week, and you actually do it, you deposit something into your self trust account. You build evidence that you are someone who follows through. And that evidence changes everything about how you show up in your business. You negotiate differently, you take bigger risks, you back yourself more. And these are because your belief in yourself isn't just about feeling anymore. It's about it's backed by proof. But I just want you to remember that the flip side is also true. Every time you bail on yourself, skip the workout, break the promise, you make a small withdrawal. And this might not show after once or twice that when it happens, but over time those add up. You start quietly doubt yourself, and that doubt bleeds into your business in a way you don't even notice. Getting fit isn't just about your body. It's about becoming the person who keeps their words to themselves. And that person builds a very different business, I promise you. So now I want you to think about it. If you're a high achiever person who keeps pushing the fitness to the back and you think that it's not gonna help your growth in your business, I just want you to think about it differently. It's not separate from your business, definitely not. It's either feeding into it or taking away from it. Every single time, I promise you. I've experienced it, all my clients are experiencing it, or they have already experienced it. I've gotten lots of feedback from my clients during their monthly calls that how it's changed them even in a very short period of time of started like doing the fitness journey. The energy you bring, the discipline you build, the trust you have in yourself, all of that connects. And once you experience that, you can't unsee it. And now I really want you to do only one thing. It takes you just 3 seconds. Just close your eyes and think about it in a very, very honest way with yourself. If that resonated, drop a comment here and tell me which part hit the most. And if you're not subscribed yet, do it please, because next week I'm going to talk about something very common but very hard to fix it. And of course, you don't want to miss that one. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you have a very, very fit and wealthy week. Fit with your body, wealthy with your business. Thank you so much, and see you soon.